Alright, so we're going to split this video into three segments. First is going to be my personal thoughts and opinions on the film. Second will be my thoughts on the critics and audience score. And lastly, we'll be talking about some rants and some final thoughts that I have. So if y'all want to hear a specific, segment, or maybe I'm boring you with a segment that I'm talking about, well, you can just skip it anyways. So let's get to it, man. Alright, so I did wanted to give my opinions right away when I saw the film, which was on Wednesday, but I wanted to wait till a second viewing just because I wanted to experience it with different people. And man, personally, I think my first viewing was so great. Not to say that the second viewing wasn't, but man, there was just some people that were fucking talking on my second viewing. There was a person like right on our far right, and this dude was explaining the movie to his girlfriend, and I'm like, bro, these people were adults, mind you. Like, bro, your girlfriend gotta be a stupid motherfucker if you're explaining the movie, because they explain everything in the movie. Like they give it to they spoon feed you like stuff in the movie. Like, come on, dude. Like, there's no way your girlfriend is that fucking stupid. But besides, that second viewing, man, my first viewing was so good, man. Just because I went with my sister, and my sister is a bit picky with superhero stuff. She already didn't like Supergirl because of Melissa Bonet. I believe that's her last name. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, she didn't like that version of the CW Supergirl because it's just a female copy of, Superman. But while watching this movie with her, I kept on glancing over and I just seen her smiling when Supergirl is doing her thing. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, like that was my whole entire goal for the first viewing with her, man. Which is hopefully she likes it enough she could kind of connect with her. And we walked out of the theater. I told her, hey, what you think about the movie? She's like, oh, it was fucking good. Like, I loved it. I love this Supergirl. To me, that's something special, man. And I don't give a fuck what people are gonna say, like, oh, the film's still shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. The fact that was my experience, like, you're never gonna take that shit away from me. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, personally, I really like this film. I mean, like I said, it's not the greatest movie of all time, nor is it the worst. I give it like a 7 out of 10. Are there some problems with the film? Yeah, like, certainly, like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. Like, I may be DCU Glazer, but I'm not gonna deny that this film has fucking problems. But again, this is just my personal opinion. And yeah, let's talk about the audience slash critic score, which is like, that's like pretty much the biggest like elephant in the room for this movie. Alright, so man, the score for this movie, I did not expect the critic to review the movie like this. Dude, some of the people that are like reviewing it, they're reviewing it like if this movie was like unwatchable, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like I said, it does have some problems, which we'll talk about that more on the rants segment. But man, again, the fact that this movie is getting bombarded with all this hatred is just crazy to me, man. And some of the critics, the reviews should not be reviews. The way they be talking about this film, like they're saying like some misogynistic shit, and I'm just like, nah. Like I get like shitting on the way a actress performs and all that stuff, like I'm fine with that. But the fact that like you're spewing all this fucking nonsense, that's what I'm like, okay, dog, like let's take the pen away from you, you fucking chudster. But even with the 10% of reviews that are like that, there are some good ones. Not like good ones, but like mixed ones. And those have like actual reasonable like stuff to like say. In my past videos, the one thing that I really wanted was, I don't care that the film like flops or the film is bad. My own, like, I was just praying that I hope Millie and Jason are good. And man, my prayers must have been answered, because a majority of critics and audience have said like, yeah, this script is buns, but Millie and Jason are both fantastic. So at least they can still build up those characters in the future. I'm not gonna lie, even with all that hatred and bullshit that is getting on Twitter, the score for this movie, not gonna lie, it ain't too bad. And like, if that actually could have been worse, and even though it won't make a lot of money, at least the score is close to Man of Steel, because they pretty much have the same score. And speaking of Man of Steel, I think it's time for us to go on the rant segment. Alright, grab some snacks, because in this segment I'm going to talk for a bit. So I brought up Man of Steel on the last segment, and the reason why I did is because the score of Supergirl and the score of Man of Steel are pretty much the same. And that fandom, y'all know what I'm talking about, that fandom is trying so hard to make this movie make it seem like worse than what it is. And they're laughing at the DCU because it had a bump on the road, and all of a sudden Rotten Tomatoes scores count, but for them it doesn't count. Like, shut the fuck up, bruh. The fact that Supergirl had the same score as Man of Steel, and y'all are calling Man of Steel a masterpiece, even though it had the same score as Supergirl, like, yeah, come on, man, let's be real. And don't give me that argument of, oh, it's because it took a while for people to get Man of Steel, so by that logic, we can use that for Supergirl in the future, right? Like, let's give it 10 years and Supergirl will be considered a masterpiece because shit, y'all did the same for Man of Steel. And like I said, they're trying to laugh at the DCU when the DCU is at 4 projects right now. So let's compare the first 4 projects of the DCU to the first 4 of the DCEU. So first, we got Creature Commandos against Man of Steel. Alright. How about the second project? Alright, okay. How about the third project? Let's see if the DCEU stands a chance.
Bombaclat wallahi.
Alright, okay, well, maybe the DCU could win one. Okay, so the DCU so far has 1 winner, which is not bad. So y'all seriously want to laugh at him? Like, let's be for real, dog. And the fact that y'all bombed so hard at the most peak era of all time, where superhero stuff was booming, like booming, and y'all still failed? Shit, a movie with the fucking trinity of DC failed, and their so-called GOAT director fell so fucking hard, man, that there's no, like, there's no way. Like, yes, you had a successful, you know, Wonder Woman and Aquaman film, but guess who directed those projects? Not Snyder! And look, I don't want this segment to be fully on Snyder because I don't hate the guy. I just hate his fucking miserable ass fucking fans that just spew all this fake narrative. And speaking of fake shit, the Fox News spread this bullshit ass fake ass fucking headline saying super bisexual. It's like, bro, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Supergirl like had no fucking relationship in the movie. Dude, he did the same shit with Superman, calling it super woke. What the fuck is woke about it? Being a good person, spreading some good human decency, it's all of a sudden woke? Like, dude, like, hear me right now, right? Like, listen to my voice. Superman, the movie Superman, the message was pretty much being human, being a good person, being hopeful. That's woke? Like, are you serious? Like, that's woke? And I know old heads glance at that fucking headline and say, nope, haha, I would not be watching this woke slop. It's like, y'all allergic to researching shit, man. Come on. And look, I'm not glazing Supergirl at all. Like, the film had some problems. For example, you can tell that the editors of the film were not doing their job right. Because holy shit, there are some spots in the beginning of the movie where I'm like, holy shit, why is there so much cutting for a simple talking scene? Not only that, but man, like, they should have shown the Argo and Krypton stuff in the beginning of the movie. I know James Gunn doesn't really like, you know, origin stories. But man, dog, when you have a low-level hero like Supergirl, you gotta tell the origin, man. And you had to do it in the beginning of the movie as well to basically tell us, oh shit, okay, I see why Supergirl is the way she is. Because deadass, I know some people were thinking, yeah, this, you know, Supergirl, like, she's a total bitch, until they showed her the trauma in the middle of the movie, which, you know, personally, for me, I think that was a big fucking mistake. Like, come on, Jimmy Gunn. I know he wasn't too involved because he ain't the director, but still, you could have looked over it, Chief. And don't get me fucking started on the whole lighting. Like, what the fuck is this? A Snyder movie? Nah, but like, for real, like, why is this movie so fucking dark to look at? Like, look at the comics, you fucktards. The comic is so fucking beautiful, even within space and the planets. They're just so beautiful. But the movie, what the fuck, man? Like, y'all put a Snyder filter? Nah, like, all jokes aside, for real, like, I said this in one of my Supergirl early videos. I said that if this movie does not have the visuals like the comics, oh man, I don't think it's gonna do well. And dude, my dumbass said, oh, they're probably just gonna surprise people and, you know, show more of the beautiful stuff in the movie. No, but it was all just dusty ass planets. Like, what the fuck, man? I get why they did it, because probably the whole budget, they probably wouldn't have a low budget that they have right now and all, but still, man, what the fuck were they thinking? Some planets just look like some regular places on Earth. And the music, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm not gonna lie, it ain't too bad, but there was a scene in that bar or that jazz place or whatever the fuck it was, and Millie Alcock or Supergirl was fighting, and the fighting was being off screen, which another thing where I was like, okay, like, what the fuck? Like, are you for real? The musician or the artist was singing an English earthly song. It was like a classic song. Where the fuck did she learn that? Like, come on, y'all could have used some like space-like music, like Supergirl's theme, but more action vibe. And I know a lot of people bring up that last needle drop, and at first I was like, okay, like, why is this song like being played? Like, it doesn't really fit with the scene. But then when people started saying like, oh, it's not a bad song because you realize that this song is meant for Ruthie and it's from her perspective. So that last needle drop, personally, I don't think it's that bad after I learned that. And it still wasn't even that bad when I first fucking seen it and didn't know that it was like from Ruthie's perspective. But still, like, it wasn't like the worst fucking needle drop of all time. Trust me, there's been worse in past fucking comic book projects. And dude, this film could have been so much more if they just stuck with the comics. Like again, I know it's hard because the comics has a lot of material, but I think this movie should have been a show instead of a movie, and then actually adapt it to the comic with some minor changes. Like give it the Invincible treatment, like adapt it to almost like a 101, but change some things here and there to fit with the DCU. Because man, the comics, I believe it was like a span of like a month or like a couple months, something like that. Like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Like it could have easily been a show. You could have easily gained the people's trust, or more so the love for Amelia Alcock as Supergirl even more, and then add her in Man of Tomorrow, build up her fucking, you know, status or love even more, and then, you know, James Gunn also teased a photo of Wonder Woman and Supergirl together, and he doesn't do that for no reason. He did that for, you know, Man of Tomorrow. He posted like some like brain fucking neuron, you know, fucking picture on his Instagram, and you know, a lot of people were like, oh, it's Brainiac, right? And he even like, you know, some people on threads actually, you know, added him, and they told him like, oh, you're teasing Brainiac, right? He's like, oh, I'm not teasing Brainiac. I just wanted to post that just for the fuck of it. Like, shut the fuck up, Jimmy. Like, you know, you posted that for a fucking reason. And he did the same shit with Wonder Woman and Supergirl together in that pic, bro. He did that for a fucking reason. So like I said, you should have just gained the people's trust, gain more love for Supergirl, you know, like I said, then add her in Tomorrow, or a Man of Tomorrow, and then you add her in that Wonder Woman movie because, like I said, James Gunn teased it, and then that's when you start thinking about making a movie for her. Dude, I just hope that James Gunn looked at this failure and learns from it, and hopefully he's like, oh fuck, okay, now it's time to bring out the heavy hitters like Batman and Wonder Woman. I don't think Ana Nogueira really made a bad script. I think it was just edited wrong, man. And honestly, it may be, you know, the direction of like the way the dialogue is supposed to say, or, you know, the way how it makes you feel. I feel like maybe it could have been worked on a little bit more. But yeah, I think I honestly think that the editing like was what made this film bad, man. I don't think Ana Nogueira really did a bad job on, you know, script wise. And here's my last rant. So there was a part in the movie where, you know, Ruthie gets captured by Krem, and Krem tells her, yo, like, are you gonna give out Supergirl? Are you gonna tell him where she is? And Ruthie just spits on his face, and Krem is like, oh, okay, you're gonna die by the end of this day. And I'm like, yo, like, are you like, come on, bro, you killed everybody on sight. You're really gonna fucking not kill her on sight after she honestly, she's probably the most person that disrespected you. The fact that she spit on your face, dude, like, if I was Krem, bro, I would have fucking popped her head off right there and there. The fact that you spit on my face, like come on, bro. That was when I was like, okay, like, all right, Anna, like, you could have wrote that shit a bit differently. And also even like after that, dude, when Krem shot Supergirl with kryptonite, for one, how the fuck did Krem know that she's Kryptonian? Dead ass, bro. She could have been like fucking like a humanoid, you know, super humanoid like alien, like a, you know, not Kryptonian at least. It's funny because in the Supergirl comic, Woman of Tomorrow, like right away, people already know that she's like, you know, Superman's cousin, because I believe in like the beginning like portion of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, she was in the bar, so fucking alien comes up to her, it's like, hey, like, that's Superman's symbol, right? You're related to Superman, or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But, you know, it establishes that, like, you know, the L symbol, or, you know, the Superman symbol, well known throughout the galaxy. And I don't think in the movie they like reference that at all. So it's like, yo, how the fuck do you know that she's Kryptonian? How do you know that, like, you know, kryptonite is her fucking weakness? And I really wish that, like, as much as I love Lobo, I really wish that this dude could have just, like, you know, by the time he escaped, just, you know, killed the bounty that he was after and just dipped instead of helping fucking Supergirl. I really wish Supergirl would have, like, overcame this, you know, poisoning and became a strong, like, you know, fucking, like, you know, woman type shit, man. I really wish that like, you know, that would have been the case, but no, man. But yeah, I mean, this is just all my opinion. But yeah, despite, you know, the problem that this movie has, it's not the worst thing in the world, man. It really isn't. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this whole, you know, chaos that has happened for the last couple of days. It's funny how the DCU fans are panicking and saying, oh man, the DCU is dead, like I'm scared that it's gonna die. Like, bruh, get a spine, man. Y'all see how the DCEU fans were? Those motherfuckers have flopped after flop, and they still rode with it so far. And the fact that we only got one project that has failed while the other three were a success, like, dude, I wouldn't be worried. I'd only be worried if Lanterns and Clayface failed. That's when I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, like, it's not looking too good. But Lanterns, I feel like it will do good. I think it'll be like a good show. And Clayface has a budget of 40 million, and that shit gonna make it back in its opening weekend, bro. Like, it really is. Like, what, Supergirl opened up to like, what, like 30 million? So I wouldn't doubt that this film opens up to like, you know, 35 million, maybe like 40 million. Like, it could make its budget back probably opening weekend. Maybe. You know, don't quote me on that, dog. But either way, it really don't need much to make back. But, you know, I will talk about it more in my next video. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is all, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next video.